case. Actually, no, it's Supernova with Ember and TA. What are you talking about? You lied to me.
Did I lie to you? Oh, my bad. I did lie to you. I was thinking, I was still thinking of Ember Spirit was Gateless and Battle Fury. I wasn't thinking clearly.
It's fine. My brain froze as well. But in any case, yeah, I do like Supernova's lanes then. Once again, let's see.
See what happens. Game 3, Elimination Dota. Winner of this gets to stay in the qualifiers. Loser, well, gotta start thinking about the team reshuffle going into the next season. And like you mentioned, when the game is a bit more even in the laning phase, I want to see how Team Bright can carry that momentum forward. I do also really like that Heat is playing something a bit different. Like, not just this uber carry for the game, wants to get involved. And even look at the way they're playing this early portion right now. They're the ones that are making the ridiculously long rotation, trying to force an early kill.
Just waiting on the high ground for someone to approach. And Underlord. Oh, he's already too deep. He's too deep.
Yep.
Is he?
Sorry, Kama.
No blocks.
You might actually, he's fine. Yeah, there's no blocks. He's chilled. He's fine. Let's see. What's the bounty situation? Is it just going to be 2-2? Yep. Ends up just being 2-2. So nothing really gained for the side of Team Bright in that situation, unfortunately.
Actually, I was wrong, by the way. The TA is mid, so you were correct, Monsieur Snare. They did put TA mid. Interesting. I thought like overall Ember's lane there isn't that bad, but okay, they decide to mix things up a bit. Shouldn't it be harder for Ember on top versus LC? I feel like LC should have an easier time. Like you can actually use overwhelming odds and spam him. TA meanwhile she's got refraction charges, so she kind of just blocks it.
Maybe they want to show some dominance, man. I don't know.
We'll see. I might be. I might just have a wrong read on the lane. It wouldn't be the first time. Ready to learn and see how it's going. But right now, Pango is just dominating, crushing mid. 7-1 versus 3, and a ward denied as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not necessarily the most fun lane in the world for TA. Like, not really much he can do to the Pango here. It's also very easy for him to just reposition, get away from the side blade angles.
So, yeah, I'm not sure if the lane is that poor. I think it's still kind of okay for TA. We'll see, like as the levels progress. I think it was just like a couple of misplays maybe early on.
We're also gonna start learning more about why they put this Ember Spirit in the top lane, Shola and Dong. So far, you know, not really able to contain the LC in terms of her CS, but not getting dominated either. Not gonna have as good of a start, but bottom, we see Heat. We'll know why they picked this Monkey King. It's for reasons like this one. Boundless Strike, one more right click is all they need, and Undyne claims the first blood. Sheep out of mana, but Heat has more priorities than chasing a Grimstroke. He wants to get some CS. And alright, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, it's just a Monkey plus Lich combo versus any melee hero, right? You just don't stand a chance. It's very difficult to play into. He gets those Jingu Mastery stacks up. It's gonna get even harder once he gets level 3.
Okay, I'm still thinking about the top lane, right? And I'm looking at the build from Dong. His level 3 will tell us a lot. Maybe he goes 2 points into the slides, and then the idea is to just constantly keep spamming out the wave, don't actually approach the LC.
I think it's very probable. Just wear her down that way.
But I'm mostly interested in his item queue, man. Come on, Dong, do the right thing. Entertain the people.
It's gonna be Orb of Corrosion and Maelstrom, something like that. He's still gonna be the one that is actually making the majority of the moves. You kinda have two semi-carries, right? Even though TA can be a hard one. Ember will be the one making most of the plays, or should be the one at least.
Down bottom, we haven't seen much aggression just yet again from Heat and Undyne, but Kama and the boys know full well not to approach too closely. lest they tank all that damage to the face. And speaking of damage to the face, top lane, Irving's in trouble right now. He's getting ran down by Dong. Nice little disruption to save him. And that came out before the Shadow Realm hit, so he will be alive, but Imitator might be the one that dies. Will he be able to get this turnaround? Dong has a Sleight of Fist in a second, but the press the attack and overwhelming odds came sooner. Irving able to secure a kill on the Ember. They kill off this Dark Willow as well. And it's the LC that walks away the winner from this little fracas.
Imitator, what a boss. He just stood his ground there. They were, truth be told, they were hitting Irving, but at the same time, he's just spamming Shadow Poison. Stood his ground and they get 2 kills for Irving. Like, that couldn't have went better on top lane for them. And I have to say that LC is, even though she got a couple of kills right now, the lane is harder than I expected it to be.
She's eating quite a lot of spam. She's not really enjoying it, exactly how much damage she's taking. And Radiant Fortification, where was this happening? Down bottom. They're going on to Karma here. They have one more hit until they have access to the big Boundless Strike. They'll just use the meaty one just so they can turn onto Sheep. Sheep has the Ink Swell onto him. Will it pop in time? Yes, it does. Suddenly, Heat is the one that's in danger. He's trying to get some lifesteal back. He does manage to kill off Sheep. Yeah. And Karma, he knows he can't chase anymore. Despite how juicy that Monkey King looks, he will be forced to let him escape.
Yeah, I'm surprised Heat didn't even turn. He had a lot of stick charges, and if he gets that Jingle Mastery off, like, it is a kill. But Shola has rotated bottom, and Undyne and Heat, they're really good at reading the moves from the enemy 5. Last game they did it, first game they did it, and now they're doing it again.
I guess they got some practice yesterday up against Azure Ray, because AR were also very prone to make this move, bringing a hero down just to try and get a kill. So Heat playing very, very safely. Shola gonna be forced to have to go back through the Twin Gate.
Maybe not, like, he's still sticking around for now at least. They left the Ember and LC solo, and they're seemingly rotating mid instead.
Okay. There was a disruption out onto Han, and they're actually looking towards killing off Imitator. The Shadow Realm hit will come out. Shola wants one more right click to kill Imitator, and he does make it happen. But at the same time, the Rolling Thunder from Phoenix finishes off Han. There might be some danger for Shola as well. Sinister Gaze pulls him right in, and Phoenix will get a double kill off of him. The question is, does he escape? Nice little swashbuckle to dodge the Ink Swell trigger. So Sheep will not be able to find any revenge here in this mid lane, as they end up losing 2 and getting nothing.
Yeah, this lane is 10 times, the laning stage that is, it's 10 times better for Team Bright than it was in game 1 and 2. The bottom lane is doing well, like 31 CS versus 24. They even killed the Underlords once. The mid lane is doing well, they killed off the TA. Top lane as well, they managed to turn on the Ember and kill him.
Things are just coming up much better for them. They're the ones with the net worth advantage at the moment. They've managed to quite heavily depress Karma on his Underlord. Hasn't been able to progress in his own net worth. So that's going to slow the game down quite substantially from Supernova's perspective.
Yeah, because one of the biggest differences, in my opinion, is that Han, who's been playing these sacrificial mids, now is on a very passive farming one, Irving top lane. The Brambles miss.
Irving did. Even though the Brambles miss, they also get the disruption to dodge the Shadow Realm hit.
They might turn on
perfect
Ember.
Timing. And Phoenix, he has the Rolling Thunder in a single second, and now he gets it off.
They have dual.
The Ember Spirit does not have level 6. Well, Phoenix was a bit overzealous on that one. He's like, sorry, Irving, go find your own dual kill somewhere else on the map, fam.
I'm not sure he expected to kill him off that quickly there. Is the Shadow Poison that came in clutch as well. He had like 4 stacks on him. Bottom lane Heat.
She should be fine. Gets himself back before the Inkswell comes out. He still had access to the big lifesteal Boundless Strike, so should have been okay, ultimately.
I love that he didn't want to attack the Phantom's Embrace. He just waited it to... just so he has that region.
Oh no, Han is dead.
Yeah.
He's so dead. Rolling Thunder onto him. He does get the refraction off, but here is Irving with the dual kill. Even more value than the one on the Ember Spirit. And they end up being able to put that TA out of her misery, get some dual damage, and yet again, just putting more momentum on the map and putting pressure everywhere onto Supernova.
Yeah, if I'm Supernova and I lose this match, I'd be like, why the hell did we switch up our 1 and 2? Like, why did we make that move? Because right now you have some Ember that's quite passive, the TA as well, that's kind of trying to be active, because that's how Han plays. And he's being punished for it.
And I guess as well, because he hasn't been able to make that customary level 5 to 6 minute rotation, it means that the side lanes actually just end up being much more stable, which naturally for these Bright heroes will be a better news for them. Also, I must say, Lizard, looking at Phoenix's performance this game, I think we are probably ready to upgrade his Pango into his Ember Puck category, because he has just been monstrous whenever he has this hero.
I mean, he's actually been doing stuff, right? Like this time around. Game 1 and Game 2, he's been extremely passive on the Ember bot lane.
Look at this Pit of Malice. It's going to set up for a 2-hero Inkswell, which allows them to kill off Heat, and now also enables them to bring down the Undying Lich. Chain Frost bounces around, but to no avail. That was excellently done. Karma baited in Heat. That's why he's tipping him right now. And when Heat overextended, he got hard punished by the rest of Supernova.
Yeah, I think there's some beef between them. They've been tipping him like 24/7. Imitator will fall.
Yeah, he will. Doesn't seem like anybody else will take a tumble. Unless, of course, this Twin Gate ends up being effective. They can't find any latch here. Underlord not going to be here in time. They're actually sticking around bottom. Inkswell, will it trigger again onto Heat? Heat might die once more, but they don't really want the smoke. They actually going to let him live, even though allies were coming in? What? What's going on?
I'm not sure why he had a Remnant. I actually expected maybe Dawn to just instantly go on the Monkey when he rotated in, but Monkey, okay, he's just farming. Jumps on the medium camp.
Right, a little bit of a missed opportunity for Supernova, but nonetheless, it does enable them to put pressure on the tier 1 tower. They've got a Siege Dragon alongside with them, so unlike what we saw in Game 2, the team that loses is not going to end up losing without any towers taken. They're definitely going to try and get something. But Phoenix has actually rotated in. He wants to stop this from happening and potentially set up for a fight for his own team.
He's pretty big. Like, this Pango has a Diffusal, Orb of Corrosion. He's super ready to be fighting already.
Actually gonna smoke up
top lane,
to force that fight. At top lane, Irving solo duel into Dong here. Does he have the damage to kill him? No, he does not. And they've got a Remnant out. He manages to dodge this, get the hell out of dodge.
Yeah, no procs for him, unfortunately. He got that Blade Mail, by the way. That's why he tried. He had it previously, but yeah, he tried for that solo kill. It's kind of hard. But he will be having a Blink Dagger shortly. 1700 gold already on the Legion Commander. And once you have that Blink, you're actually going to be able to move across the map and make some stuff happen.
Irving is actually the net worth leader of the game right now, making miracles happen. What's been happening with, like, the Radiant offlaners today have just been on one. Like, okay, Irving, to be fair, Game 1 Doom didn't go so well, but Game 2, Karma was owning on his Mars.
Hello?
Undying is in an awkward spot here, throws out the Chain Frost with Sinister Gaze. Dude, Undying is such a god. He's just set up a fight potentially for his team. Does end up dying though. Okay, never mind. Undying is a Jabate god. That's what he is.
No, he's not a Jabate god.
They came in to save him.
That was pretty solid, but Phoenix didn't want to use Rolling Thunder. Instead, he used Swashbuckle to get in. I guess he was a bit afraid of the Soulbind, I suppose, and something that should have been a pretty good play by Lich and Pango ends up in a triple kill.
Oof.
Damn.
Well, Han is now suddenly net worth leader on the map. He's feeling really fresh about himself. He's like, if I don't have to rotate to you, but the rotation comes to me, I'm very happy. Gets a Deso for his efforts as well.
Absolutely unfortunate for Team Bright. Once again, well, this time around the laning stage went well, but the moment it kinda ended, they started making some bad moves. Triple kill for this TA that really didn't have a good time. Now she has a Deso completed.
Well. They still have time to try and figure out exactly how to come back into this. We see Heat here. He's gonna go the Echo Maelstrom BKB, so some standard stuff coming out of him.
Right.
And unfortunately, it's also a Maelstrom for Ember Spirit. Sigh.
Yeah, unfortunately for you, I guess. No fun allowed. But if you look a bit to the left from Ember, you'll see Legion Commander 20 gold away from the blink. 17 gold away to be exact now that we're paused. So he's going to have that blink dagger, and from the moment they have it, like the pressure is off on Pango. Right now you have this Legion that can initiate, you can follow up with Pango, you don't have to be the first one in. So the game becomes a little bit easier.
And they don't have a save themselves on the side of Supernova, so every time that duel does happen, it's a lot of commitment to keep that hero alive. On the bright side though, Dong is starting to build Lincoln Sphere immediately after Maelstrom. He recognizes that that's the primary way he dies in this game, if he does get jumped with the blink duel. The G call coming out from Undyne. Our boy Undyne, no matter what, even if they lose this game from Team Bright, I want to see more of Undyne Dodo. I hope he doesn't like spend the next year in a worse team. I really want to see this guy develop. He's been so solid.
Definitely, even as a position of 5, like this man has been doing quite a lot on all of his heroes. It's not only the Lich, like his Disruptor is solid. Well, that's all I can remember, Lich and Disruptor. But I'm sure he's got other under his belt too.
While Heat is still farming away, we have just picked up the Legion Commander Blink Dagger. So the team is going to start gathering up together and potentially try and make a move. Imitator is sitting with the smoke. They're going to pop it, and it is time. Let us go on an adventure, boys. Let's see who's available on the map. Sadly, they don't have any deep wards right now, but they should have a decent idea where these heroes are.
Hello, Chola.
Woof! Easy duel damage, easy duel kill. Nice reveal of the Blink Dagger.
Yeah, the best way, right? Like instantly you get that dual damage. It would have been better if maybe they got the TA or the Ember, but this can also be converted into a tier 1 mid tower. Which opens up the map. It's so important to open up the map when you're playing LC.
Heat got caught bottom. All by his lonesome. 2 core heroes around him plus Sheep. They kill him. That is... Alright, that sucks. Like, they get the tier 1 tower, sure, in the mid lane, but they're gonna lose their own tier 1 and they lose Heat before he finishes any of his items. That hurts. That hurts a lot.
Yeah, he's been sticking around bottom for maybe a bit too long. And when I say a bit too long, I mean like 3 minutes too long. It's a dangerous place to be in.
He's not leaving this place either. Still gonna chill around the area.
Okay, now when they're pushing in the tier 2, I guess it's okay-ish.
They might get another duel kill here. Irving has duel available, and they just scouted out Shola getting the D-ward off the sentry, so they might want to jump him.
Maybe an Ember.
They also don't know who's behind him. Yeah.
If Ember shows, I think this is a play. The Terrorize might follow up though, so gotta be a bit careful. Yeah, they're bailing.
Bit too scary in the situation.
Yeah, because you can go on Ember, right? And then the Dark Willow can follow up. Plus, you don't really know... Well, you do know that Underlord will follow up as well, right? Like, he's gonna come with Fiend's Gates, so... It is dangerous, but he might still make it. Let's see. They're sticking around.
Poker thinking about it. There's some vision on the very low ground, which will now scout both Dong and Sheep walking in that area, with the courier flying overhead as well, so they know what's happening. I think they stay back with this LC.
Yeah, he blinks away, and he can actually go down bottom now to perhaps make a move on Underlord. Exactly, they're pinking him out. Like, I was thinking that's the plan. Outpush the lane and actually go for Warlord, but yeah, he's bailing too. Like, he notices the same play happening. Big fat
Overlord
slug.
says nope.
Yeah. So fat, man. Like, look at that tail. Very chubby. I like it.
One of my favorite things is seeing Underlord with a Giant's Ring. He's so huge. It's really fun to watch. I think my favorite ones are him and Doom. Look the most hilarious when they have Giant's Ring.
Some Bloodlust on top of that and a BKB, and yeah. I had the game, actually. I had a game in which my Dragonite... Remember when Ags was popular on DK offlane and you just rush it? I had like Ags, DK, and I had some Bloodlust and a Giant Ring, and I literally ruined the game for my teammates because they couldn't click anything. For once in my life, I was too big.
The poor Underlord. You were too big, man.
Yeah.
Too strong, too swole. Will Irving get 2 soul in this game? Because they just got another dual kill. That always feels quite nice. 46 bonus damage. Not bad, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, he's getting there, but they're taking Rush at the same time, and no one is contesting this. I feel like it's one of those games in which actually they could. Like, they actually could defend this if they were there on time, but they're way too slow, it seems like. Now they're moving in, but yeah.
I mean, it's not dead just yet. And now it's only TA inside here. The
Damn,
Uberlord
so
is coming
slow.
in. It's not dead just yet. Are they going to make this jump? Heat's really trying to get onto the back lines. So they might be full committed onto this fight now because of how far forward they've moved. They're going onto Shola. They really want him first and foremost. They get the Sinister Gaze out, but not before the Shadow Realm connects. In the meantime, Phoenix able to scout out this TA. Han is there with the Rolling Thunder, but a beautiful ultimate from the Grimstroke holds the Pango in position. But there's no follow-up damage just yet. Dong trying to get himself involved in the fight, but he gets dueled immediately inside the Wukong's command, so he's just dead. Undying dropped down the Chain Frost. It damaged both Karma as well as Han, and Han just has to blink away to safety. He cannot keep this fight going any longer. Heat gets himself a double kill, and Han, he's not escaping directly. He's sitting around for some right clicks. Han might end up dead here. Flying too close to the sun. The Inkswell, though, stuns up 2 heroes. He really wants to find Heat, and he will be able to pick him up. Han is still alive, still has an Aegis to work with as well. He brings Phoenix very, very low, and Phoenix trying to survive with the shield crash and kill off Shola while he can. And now Han comes back for life number 2, right-clicking down this Pangolier. Han playing to the edge of the limit, and it ends up working out for his team as they bring down the Pango and the Monkey King, even though it cost him the Aegis.
No, 100%. That fight looked pretty damn good for Team Bright. The dual victory over the Ember. Even though Soulbind was perfect on Pango, they still managed to do quite a lot with the 2 of them. The Monkey King as well. But they chased the TA a bit too long. A bit too far, a bit too deep. And she had Inkswell on her, so she goes in with the Refraction, with Inkswell, survives a bit longer than anticipated, and yeah, kind of turns a bad situation into a pretty good one. The positive side for Team Bright, at least, is they took away the Aegis already, right? Like, you really want to take it away from TA as soon as possible. And now she's an open game, right? Like, you can get on top of her, duel her, kill her off as well.
I think another positive is the fact that they killed this Ember yet again. So he's not really having that much impact in these fights. It's pretty much all down to Han. Like, feels like the win condition now is going to be, does Han survive the fight? If yes, we feel good, we won. If no, everything just went south for us. Also, she played this fight immaculately, like perfect Phantom's Embraces, really good Stroke of Fates, Inkswells onto multiple heroes. That initial ultimate with the Soulbind to hold the Pango in position, also so good from him.
Yep. Good positioning. Lich, Tumbler Stoy. Ah! What the god.
Oh my god.
He lives.
Undying god, man.
He lives just because of the Tumbler Stoy. He gets into the right position to TP
Don't talk
out.
to me about that item, man.
Well, it took some skill, let's put it that way as well. It definitely did take some skill. Phoenix, mid lane, is thinking about
It
it.
should be fine.
Yeah, but it's
They're gonna
dark
get
below.
the duel. She is not. She is dead. The question is, do these 2 heroes escape from this? There's going to be a lot of magic damage coming out from this Ember. With the Soulbind connecting both LC and Pango, can they finish these heroes off? Indeed they can. Both of them are going to end up dying here. Imitator buys some time at the very least with the disruption. And Phoenix might live because of this. They set up Heat for the Wukong's command. He jumps in, able to rinse down 3 heroes in the process. Han is forced to try and TP out. Will he make it?
Nice
just
TP.
in time? Oh my god, Imitator. What a boss, buying the space and time necessary for his team to turn it all around.
Yeah, really well done. The Halberd as well came in clutch from Phoenix. He used it on the TA, so she wasn't really able to dish out way too much damage. Like, overall, that looked like, okay, they're gonna kill our Dark Willow, but we're gonna get 2 cores in return. Well, nicely played by Team Bright to prevent that from happening. The Wukong's command as well came in clutch. It was on point. The Lich's ulti. The Frost Shield as well, working wonders versus the TA. You know, we were talking about Lich when he just got picked up in this game. I literally said, yeah, it's a Lich, but it's not a great Lich game. There's no TA or anything like that. And then she gets picked up like last.
They were like, we're trying to make Undying shine, make him look as good as possible.
Yeah.
Irving did end up dead in that fight, but Still did collect some dual damage. 92 damage picked up, has a dragon scale in tandem with this blade mail. Once this AC comes out, the Irving is really, really tanky, especially into this physical damage of the TA.
Yep. He's getting slower and slower, but it's most about the damage, right? Like that he's dishing out. The difference between having 92 and 60 damage when he jumps some Dark Willow doesn't really matter that much. But you mentioned the AC, and I think that makes the change. Like, you need these utility items now to come from Legion.
Speaking of utility items, Dong is trying to finish off his own one, getting this Lincoln Sphere. Really has been struggling throughout this game, sitting very low in the net worth department as an Ember Spirit, and it's a safe lane Ember Spirit. This is not where you want to be.
Yeah, the lane just backfired, and I feel that they really should have kept the farming priority and positioning the same. Putting TA on mid and Ember on safe lane, it makes them look a little bit slower. I'm saying about the players, basically. It just looked that Han was much better when he was very sacrificial on the mid lane. He's still playing out of his mind, by the way. The TA is still doing very well.
Speaking of the TA, she's going to have to watch as this young Underlord gets dueled. Will they have enough damage to kill him off before the rest of the fight? Yes, they do. At the same time, though, they also find the Grimstroke on the back edge inside the Wukongs. Rolling Thunder from Phoenix connects onto Shola. That'll allow them to kill off the Dark Willow too, and granting Heat a triple kill on his Monkey King. All of a sudden, Monkey King, one of the most dangerous heroes on the entire map, able to find 3, and they should be able to clean out the tier 2 tower in the process.
Yeah, he had that rough start, but every single Wukong's command somehow looks amazing for him. And it's probably because of the combo with Legion, right? Like, she uses duel and then he just sets up the arena around her. You can either let the hero die or you can fight into the arena, and so far they tried fighting and it didn't work out for them. What's TA building next? Han is slowly getting towards that BKB. He's about to have it for the next fight at least. Aghanim's being built up by Grimstroke. Okay, you're building Ags, but what are you using it on? I guess LC, right? Like it
has to be LC, I guess.
Yeah, it's decent on Monkey, but it's better on LC. All the bonus damage, I guess, will come in handy.
I'm gonna smoke up right now, though, to try and force a fight somewhere on the map. They have a scan onto Lich. Is this the right call to make? I don't know. They might find Undying. It might be a very easy kill for them to pick up.
Yeah, but Ember died.
And they do get this kill, but Ember died. Yeah, you're right. Right behind them, Heat. Able to find that kill onto the Ember Spirit, and they might continue this fight. They're thinking about the Rolling Thunder. Irving doesn't have duel, but he still jumps in with a massive overwhelming odds. They get the root out onto Kama. Feels like Kama's certainly going to die from this situation. He's trying to get himself through the Fiend's Gate. Will not succeed in doing so. He dies off, 3 heroes taken away from the map. And Lich is just smiling from the grave and saying, you came after me, but I was just a bait.
Yeah, they just have no chill whatsoever. Legion also getting that dual damage from the Ember. While they were killing the Lich, Irving was getting another, 28 bonus damage. Now he sees no Chola, but 3 seconds away from the ulti.
1 second. Oh, Irving. He's got it. Team.
This is the moment in which he goes like,
right now.
Come on, guys, you know. He was saving it. Actually, in one moment, I believe that he wanted to jump TA instead. She was kind of playing too close to the fire, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he's happy with just killing off the Dark Willow. And most importantly, well, never mind. I was gonna say saving that vision, but Shadow Demon just strolls in and denies it. Like, yeah, we don't need this war. They know where it is. It's an interesting game. Like, some items will help them against the LC. Like, they're getting the Lincolns. They have the Lincolns on Ember, and the BKB is completed on TA. But at this point, I feel that Dire has to win the Rosh fight. Like, they need to go in and at least try and contest it.
Yeah.
Letting that Rosh fight go, it's gonna be rough to play against the Aegis and Cheese.
At least they have the BKB on TA to fight into that area. And Dong is trying to build into an Aghanim Scepter of his own, but it certainly will not be finished in time before the Roshan defense.
Mid
The big man
lane.
is coming up in 10 seconds. Mid lane. Ooh, Lincoln's Fear showing its value. That was a nice little move, though. Sinister Gaze into Duel would definitely have caught him, but the Duel came just a smidgen of a second too late.
It was a really nice attempt, yeah. It's just not easy to execute, right? Some of these plays are like you have to coordinate perfectly, and Ember has to be also a little bit slow at the same time to get caught by that.
Yep.
And he knows, right? He was so deep, he knew the duel was coming. Let's see, Smoke going in top. Oof, this is gonna be a fight.
Oh, they come through the twin gate. They jump on top of them. They find the Duel onto Shola. Shola's gonna get brought down almost immediately, but does have buyback. Might have to use it here, and he does go indeed, but there's going to be heat, getting a Wukong's command down onto Kama, and Kama will try his best, but he's losing his life way too quickly, will end up dead. Imitator, though, does get taken down by Dong on the boys. Can they proceed the fight? Soulbind onto Monkey King and the Legion Commander. Khan needs to be here to deliver the right-click damage, and they've gotten Heat and LC very, very low. Heat's about to die. Dong able to help bring him down with the Inkswell burn. And that's going to enable them to maybe turn onto Phoenix. He doesn't have his allies around him. Nice little disarm onto TA, but they have enough damage around her that they should be able to find this kill. But here comes Irving. He's trying to interrupt it, but Han hits just way too damn
Heat
hard.
is here.
It's a double kill for the TA. Heat has come back, brought back for the engagement, and that'll allow him to clean up 2 cores, both of whom, or only one of whom has buyback. Ember Spirit does not.
Yeah, the question is...
What a wild fight, man.
Yeah, it's insane fight, but my question post-fight is, can they do Rosh now? They bought back the Monkey, they bought back the LC. I guess they can, because TA and Ember both don't have buybacks any longer. Yeah, straight into the pit. It's gonna be a slow one, it's not gonna be that fast, though. Crazy fight, by the way. Really insanely done, and it just shows the power of Duel, and when it's misused, let's not say it was super misused, they still did get the Dark Willow, but if TA or Ember aren't dueled, the fight just is completely different. They're able to juke the Monkey King, wait for his BKB to go down, and then actually kill him off. Okay, so what's gonna happen in the next 5 to 10 minutes? You're gonna have Aegis and She's on Radiant, but you should have buybacks on TA and Ember, right? Like if they farm them up.
They should. Ember's not that far away from having their buyback. TA also not that far away, given how quickly she can farm. And I don't think you're in danger of losing a heads-up lane of racks before that happens. But it's scary times, man. Like, Khan is starting to really become a problem for them on the side of Team Bright. Like, the fact that they're only able to kill her on the re-engage with Heat, if that was just a fair fight to begin with, she would have ended up winning that engagement, which is kind of wild to think about.
Yeah, let's see, they smoke up, just the 2 of them. They did scout Irving, I believe. But, yeah, maybe a little bit too deep for them to go.
Irving also has 148 damage, not far from having his AC. Becoming a pure damage threat, like you mentioned earlier, in his own right.
I feel like they could have used another halberd on Supernova. And when I say another, just one. Like Soulbind halberd from Sheep could have been just game-changing. Instead, he's going for Aghanims, and I just don't know. I'm completely sold on Dark Portrait's value in this game.
Yeah. Nobody even, there's no Radiant Spires, no big, like, not like some Morphling or whatever from the enemy team. I'm also very unsold, but Sheep has demonstrated some massive proficiency on his heroes, so he's gonna hopefully prove us wrong and show us the value of this item. You know what item I'm also looking forward to? Undying is building a Blink Dagger on his Lich. Seeing how good the Blink Sinister Gaze can be, man. I actually wouldn't be mad if he bought Blink Ags on this Lich hero, honestly.
I think the Blink is also really good versus Ember's Linkens. Like, you can blink for Sinister Gaze, catch him off, and then you can follow up with the duel. I think that's probably the biggest part. Heat.
Whew, Heat. Gotta be careful. He got caught and clipped with their Pit of Malice.
The team needs to get in.
And they slowed him down a little bit. The team is on the way, but he's playing very daring right now. He still has an Aegis in tow, so they don't want to overcommit jumping a Monkey King that has backup and an Aegis.
Well, come on. Let's see. Phoenix is still in. Just baiting, I guess.
But Inkswell just picked up a Crimson Guard as well, so that's going to help him with the survivability as well.
Yeah, he's just poking, prodding, testing their patience, seeing if they're gonna break under pressure, maybe use a big spell or something, not really committing to anything. And it's good, I don't think they can, but this guy on top lane, Ember, let's see if they can actually break his Linken's.
He's better be ready, better be ready. They're gonna go for him, and before Legion Commander even arrives from the blink,
yeah,
he's already out.
Because Shadow Demon used Shadow Poison, like, just like that. And he has a blink. If he blinked in Demonic, I don't think you kill him anyway. Like, he just probably
look at Heaters. Heaters jumping onto both Dong and Shola here next to the Dire Ancients. The two of them are gonna flee though. They don't really want this smoke. But, whew, man, this game is really exciting. I'm glad this is our game 3.
Yeah, too many brambles around the monkey. He can't do anything. They're pushing tier 2. Meanwhile, Han on bot lane shows himself, gets the Dezo. Sorry, not Dezo, Daedalus. But no buyback.
Yeah.
So they're going kind of all in this next fight. Will they smoke up? Let's see if they have one. I don't think so. Yes, I mean, you probably don't want to fight before Aegis is reclaimed anyway. It's a minute remaining.
To be fair, there's nobody in the game that has buyback right now. Like, everybody's playing with their chest out, fully committed to what's going to happen next. Doesn't seem like we're going to have a high ground push before this Aegis expires, though. It's up for another 45 seconds. When it goes down, I think Team Bright will be happy to keep controlling the map. And Radiant Scan actually connects onto Han. They might force a fight here onto this TA.
Yeah, I feel like I'd rather be Radiant without buybacks. Let's see.
Oh no, TA gets caught. No buyback. Oh no, 90 seconds in the grave. She has nothing.
Look, that area right there I'd consider deep. Seeing that he has no buyback and where his teammates are and the fact that he doesn't see anything on the map. That's deep. Kama now?
That might actually just be game losing because Kama is finding himself losing his life as well on the high ground. The nice little terrorize to try and buy space and time, but it's not going to be good enough. He ends up getting right-clicked down by Heat. So it's 2 heroes gone from this fray. In the mid lane, they do find a nice soulbind onto Irving and Monkey King, but they don't have the follow-up damage. Yes, they kill Undyne, but who really cares about this? Sheep hoping the Inkswell stun will hold Irving in position a little while longer. And that is true when he barely survives against the Swashbuckle, but the shield crash will eventually finish him off. Phoenix involved in killing all 3 heroes. They've opened up the space for the Rex. And they just don't have the damage to force away Monkey King, Pangolier, and the Legion Commander without the TA being alive.
Yeah, that might not be game, but it should be 2 sides. Like, they should be able to take top, and Duel is off cooldown, so you gotta be careful. There we go.
And there's the Duel. They pop the Lincoln Sphere, they get on the Ember Spirit. He also does not have buyback if he dies here in the grave for 75 seconds. And now you don't have the one hero that can poke and prod from afar to try and keep them out of the base, but they feel like they're out of steam. The creep wave isn't with them, they're just gonna back off rather.
Yeah, 5 seconds away from TA. He'll take it. They just shy away from ending at least another side because they were too low. I get it. Like, some discipline is necessary. If they lose this game, they are out of the qualifiers, so really not surprised they moved back. But yeah, like what I was saying is, if I'm gonna play this game right now without buybacks, I'd much rather be Radiant. It's so much easier for them to abuse that. Jump in with some duel, eliminate the hero, and take a side off of it. Look at this, another duel.
Speaking of another duel, it's how much we got? 262? Nicely done. Nice, nice, nice. And you know, you were asking earlier for Supernova to buy at least a halberd. Well, there is another halberd in this game, but it's coming from Team Bright. LC just bought one. So now double halberd into a Temper Assassin. Oof, that's tough for Han.
Yeah, it's tough for him. It's tough for the Lincolns on Ember as well, right? Kama, he's really difficult to kill, but he's alone.
They're gonna try it though. It's not that hard for them inside the Wukong's command. Ember Spirit does come in on the back edge here after a soulbind, but there's just not enough whole control. Damage might be there from Han, but how do you hold these heroes long enough for Han to put out that necessary damage? So they just walk away, scot-free from that assassination.
I just love how careful they are. It's 3 versus 5 and Duel is up. Like, they could just go in. Irving, he just needs to get close enough, find the target.
Yeah. And Han does not have a Lincoln Sphere of his own, so doesn't have that innate protection that Dong enjoys at the moment. They're slow sieging, poking away. They've got the tier 3 tower. A lot of damage going in onto this Monkey King. So Heat is playing very carefully, even popping a BKB on the retreat from the high ground.
Yeah, once again, they move back. Yeah, you know, like, if you're playing like this, you need to get 500 dual damage. That's the magic number. Once you get that, you can feel freer and easier to end. What's interesting is they're so passive, not passive, they're doing well. They're so disciplined, I should say. But at the same time, they're not saving for buybacks on Radiant. Like, at this point, they should have them. Like, Monkey King has his once again, but just not enough gold. And now there's a pretty cheeky little smoke coming from Dire.
Not everybody's here though. They need a way to... Who's gonna make the first reach though? That's the issue. Like, it's so hard for them to start these fights.
Yep, it really is. None of these heroes does it that well. Like Ember they can all kind of poke. No one can truly initiate well. Like their stuns are what? Inkswell, and that's it. Like it's not good.
All the heroes are gathered together on the Radiant side, close to where the Ancient camp is. They have some awareness, it feels like, that they should be contesting around the Roshan pit. Somebody's picking out the Lotus pools. They're like, guys, a fight's happening here, so they're all gonna smoke, head into the area. Heat is gonna go first. He has a Silver Edge, BKB, Skadi. Difficult customer to bring down. I would not want to be the Dire side having to defend against this. And the first jump looks like it might come from Heat. They scout shoulder. Phoenix goes in. Shiva's God flying around, but they find a soul bind onto Monkey King as well as the Imitator Shadow Demon, and they kill off the SD first and foremost. They are fighting inside of Wukong's command though, so Ember Spirit needs to get the hell out of dodge. There's a Rolling Thunder on the back edge of the fight as we get the first duel finally going on to Kama. Is Kama gonna end up dead? Yes, he will. But in the meantime, Phoenix died right behind him on that Pangolier, and now that's gonna give an opportunity for Han to maybe throw in this right-click damage he so desperately needs. He gets disarmed again though. Alving with the new Heaven's Halberd will enable them to kill TA, and she does not have buyback. Ember Spirit does though. He's coming back into the fray. Undyne with the Chain Frost on top of the Ice Spire was able to do so much work from the backlines.
Dude, Lich and Shadow Demon.
This fight ends up going the way of Team Bright.
Yeah, Lich and Shadow Demon just handled Ember. They managed to kill him off on their own. Nicely done by TA to bait that Pangolier to roll over her. She pops the BKB, manages to eliminate him, but it's still just not enough. Roshan will respawn in, what, 8 seconds, and it's an easy one for Team Bright, it seems like.
Yeah. She does have buyback, but at this point you have to save the buyback for the high ground defense. As the big man returns. He's going bottom though in 20 seconds. They can't kill him in time, so they're gonna have to go on the other side.
Well, which is even better for them, right? Like they have a place to TP the Pango to instantly. But it seems like actually Dire wants to contest this. TA does have buyback, but if you want to fight this, she needs to buy back too. Like she has to be there.
Yeah. And like you mentioned, because on the wrong side, you can't get there quickly, but a Boundless Strike sets up the fight. They eliminate Sheep immediately, getting some dual damage out of him as well. Ember Spirit, at the very least, able to retreat from the area, but man, what a jump from Heat. What a setup.
Yeah, really nicely read by them that Dire will try and contest it. But my point still stands. Why are you even running there? Why are you going there if TA isn't buying back? You know what I mean? Like if TA doesn't want to commit to it, you're not gonna fight that. Now Aghanims, that's one for Pango, right? Like he's gonna get it.
Yep.
Pango
definitely give it to the Pango.
Yeah. Monkey the Aegis, and she's on the Legion Commander.
I love this balance of affairs, how they've distributed these items. All right, so TA about to have buyback, just needs to kill like one creep to be able to have it, but man, if she dies before he gets that buyback online, it's going to be heartbreaking. And she's the only one on the team about to have it. We had a dieback on Ember, a dieback on the Grimstroke, a dieback
can sell
on the
bottle though,
Danquilo.
Right? As well, like if it
she might have to at this level.
It's not her bottle, is it? It is, right? Yeah, it is. She was mid. Yeah.
Okay, she's at least Maelstrike one of the creeps, and there's her buyback available. But you should be careful on the front lines. We've seen that Irving is very willing to just jump in and start with a duel.
Let's see, they're going in. They caught Heat.
They found Heat, indeed. He does have an Aegis to sit with, though, but he's lost a lot of HP early on in this engagement. He's taking some right-click damage. He's still fighting and alive right now inside of his Wukong's command. He's a bit too tanky. Ember Spirit, they try to get him out of here, but Phoenix stuns him up, keeps him in the Wukongs, and kills him off. He's gone. 100 seconds, no buyback. Undying. Or rather, we see Han trying to run away with the BKB in north of the fight. Karma just gets dragged back in by the rest of the crew.
Almost.
No way out. Undying made sure he can't escape. He almost got through the gate, but not going to be allowed to do so as he gets killed and tipped again, Lizard. What do they have against this guy?
Yeah, well, he was tipping before. Now they're tipping him back, and this is game. There is absolutely no way in hell these two heroes managed to defend. There's no buyback on Ember. There's no buyback on Underlord. It was a fun one. This last fight, however, let's see. Han should be dying here. Has a buyback, but doesn't really matter. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
This is the end of the run for Supernova. Like I said, you really couldn't predict which way the series is going. Like Supernova had a couple of really good games. In the end, it just wasn't good enough, and